Okay, so exercise 20 says extend your adventure project or the Zool Better project so that a room can contain a single item. Items have a description, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you created an item object, like it said right in the text right above. It says a better design would be to create a separate class, probably called item. It also says this class would have fields for description and weight. You did that good. And a room would simply hold a reference to an item object. So here it says the room holds the reference to the item object. And when you think about it, if a room could have more than one item in it, and since the item is inside the room, it makes sense to have the item, the reference to item, be inside room rather than having a reference to room inside of item. So let's go in and just take this out here, this set room. We're not going to, this we saw in the last video, this doesn't really do anything, so we're not going to use that one, and this will still compile without it. We're going to have to fix up a game because we have all these set room things in here. So let's just comment this out for now. And then let's think about how we put store items in the room. So if we wanted to be able to just store one item in a room, we could say make a reference to it. We want to make a reference to the item that we're going to store right here. What else do we need to do? We want to have some kind of a function that lets us put the item in a room. Now, what I'm going to do is, well, yeah. So basically, what we would do is, let's make a reference here. Puts an item into this room. Okay, and you say public void. So let me show you how these set methods generally work. So we're saying set item. What we want to add to the room is an item. So we're going to make that be our input parameter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to store that item in our item instance variable. Okay. So to make sure we're referring to the instance variable, we say this dot item. This tells us we're talking about this item and not the local variable here. We say this item equals item. Okay, so then now we know we're talking about this local variable. Okay, and compile that. Okay, so that compiles. And then what else do we need to do? Okay, room can contain a single item. Items have a description and weight, so you set that up. When creating rooms and setting their exits, items should also be created. Okay, so let's see. So items, let's just make sure I know how to create an item here. So items have a description and a weight. So every time we create an item, we have to give it, create a new item with a description and a weight. So let's go back to game in here. And okay, good. So we created all our items with descriptions and weights. So let's take a look then at what we need to do here. So this wants to be war set item artifact. Okay. So we're adding the item to the room. And actually, when we get to the next later exercises, you'll see this is going to be helpful too for when we want to put multiple items in a room. Well, let's just get this working here. And restaurant, set item food. So we put the food in the restaurant, and oh, we do have, looks like we are putting multiple things into the restaurant. So we'll have to talk about how to get that to work. So at this point, since we only have one, what does this say? Cannot find variable restaurant. So do we have a room named restaurant? Let's see. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Oh, I see. That's spelled funny here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy. You can spell these things however you want, just be consistent. So, okay, so that compiles. The only issue here is, since we only have one, right now we only have one item in a room. So what happens is when you say set twice to the restaurant, it's just going to store the it's going to overwrite the food item, and you're just going to have a drink in here. But let's make sure that we can do all the things we need to do with the single case, and then we'll fix that. So let's see. When creating rooms, okay, so we're creating everything right, it looks like. When a player enters a room, information about an item present in this room should be displayed. When a player enters the room, we want to display the information. So enter room, and we have a display right there. Let's see. Hold on a second here. I'm trying to see what's the best way to do this. I think maybe what I want to do is maybe describe the items, like have a get item string in the in our rooms class. So then that way the room will know what items it has, and it'll print out the strings. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about here. So we have this. We already have this get long description. So what I'd like to do is add the items to this description. So let's just try tacking it on this way. Let's see. Well, let's tack it on right here. We can say plus. Oh, but the problem is though we don't know if we have a item or not, right? We might not necessarily have an item. So let's make a method in here. Return a string describing the item in the room. Okay. For example item. I'm going to say items for now because I'm going to be sticking things on later, so let's say private string get item string. Let's say items in the room. Okay, because we already decided like our restaurant's going to have more than one item, so let's so string return string equals items. And then let's just say return item get description. Oh, and what if the item, what if there isn't an item? What if the item is null? So let's just say, oh wait, no, let's do it this way. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's say, because the item might be null, right? So if we just say return string plus equals item description. Oh no, let's do it this way. Let's say if item is not equal to null. Okay. Then we'll tack on the item description. And then we can return the return string. Okay? So we're saying, so we'll always have something that just says items. If there are no items, it just won't list anything. Let's see if that compiles. Oh, we don't have a get description. Let's see. I thought we had something in items. Maybe I just don't have the right name. Ah, get item description. Okay, so I guess that's what I was thinking about here. Oh, right here. So get item description. Okay. So, oh yeah, so then I want to tack on the get item string here. See if that compiles. Okay, so let's see now. I think, yeah, I think that'll do it, because then the room is taking care of getting the long, we have get long description here, and when we enter the room, we use get long description. So I think that'll work. So let's see. A new game, and we say play. Oh, yeah, a problem here because we have items null. That doesn't look very nice. Let's see if the other ones work. Let's see. Go north. Shows nothing for items. Go south. Oh wait, go east. Items null. So we're either getting a blank items or an items null. So something's not right here. Let's see. All right, let's try sticking in some. Oh, I think I gotta get out of here first. let's try sticking in a breakpoint right here and do a little debugging. So if we say new game and play, oh, looks like it didn't go to enter room the first time. So you know what? Let me just quit this. We're definitely calling that items thingy. So let's see. Let's put a breakpoint here. Play again. Let's see. Okay. So what we're doing is, oh, I see. We're calling this from print location info. And but in our game object, let's see what we have. We have a current room, and it does have an item list in here. But for items it says null. That's interesting. So it has a weight of 2. Items of, but it's a null. Oh, I see. It has an items string and it has an item description string, and they're both null. So why is that? Let's see. We need to back up to where we're creating these guys. Okay, so let's try starting again here. New game. Okay, so here we're adding this description, this step, but item description is still null here, it looks like. So it looks like after we executed this step, in our instance variables, we still have null for a item description. So, alright, so I'm going to have to, this video is getting long, so I'm going to take a break and take a look at what exactly is going on there, and then when I have it figured out, I'll start up another video.